everyone, and welcome to our webinar. We are EBS, your trusted technology partner for over 33 years, specializing in the deployment of Sage and Microsoft solutions, managed services, and secure on-premises and cloud-based infrastructure. This morning, we are joined by Aspin, who we've worked with for over 10 years. Nathan Aspin will demonstrate how Aspin's applications are helping companies make the most of every sales interaction and opportunity across multiple media options. We are recording today's presentation and we'll make this available to you in the next few days. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat, or there will be an opportunity at the end of the presentation in the Q&A session. Without further ado, I will pass you over to Nathan. Morning, Nathan.
Morning, Darren. Thank you very much. So my name is Nathan Aspin, as Darren kindly introduced me. So I am the MD of Aspin, and I'm going to be talking about account management excellence and how that can be delivered via software tools with a focus on the Pixsell iPad app and the Intersell B2B platform, of which Aspin develop and distribute and support for many businesses throughout the UK and Europe. So if I flip over to my presentation and just get this going. So what I'm going to be looking at during this presentation is how equipping your sales team on the road with the right software and ensuring that your customers have a quality and feature-rich B2B portal can help ensure your business is able to deliver the best possible level of account management to your customers. So most of you here today will have an in-house customer services team and some sort of reps or agents on the road whose role it is to keep your customers happy and coming back for more. But where we are at the moment is that customer service is the key way that we can differentiate ourselves between our business and our competitors and ensure that we remain as relevant as possible to our customers. So what I'm going to be looking at is various ways you can support your customers and looking at different approaches to this and how Aspin's products can be part of delivering this to your business. So if I start off by looking at really the current landscape of where we are today. So as businesses, we're all faced with rising costs, inflation running rampant, although hopefully it's starting to become a bit under control now. But last year, there was some massive cost increases of 10 to 15%, if not more, in some areas. Distributors, which is where Aspin are focused in working, stock availability remains a problem. So some of our customers have been spoken about a bullwhip approach, bullwhip scenario, where they have high stock, low stock, and stock coming in, etc. And I think during the sort of the epidemic, there were stock issues. Many businesses then backfilled that to catch up, and now they're faced with overstocking issues. Next, if we look at 24/7 demands from our customers, so our customers no longer are working 8:30 to 5:30. Businesses are busy. We're all challenged in how to deliver the maximum to our customers. So therefore, many retailers and wholesalers and e-commerce businesses are working on a 24/7 basis, and they need to access the information that your business provides on that 24/7 perspective. And then finally, ourselves as businesses, remote working is now a standard, and therefore we need to ensure that our customers, also our employees, are able to access information on a remote basis, and really at a time when they need, and be flexible enough to ensure that that is given the very best possible level of information to them. So if we look at account management, I've chosen to break this down to 5 different areas. So really to build it up and sort of take you through how this can be provided. So firstly, maintaining value. This is about keeping the core ethos that your customer originally wanted to work with you. You've got to ensure you maintain that. But then you've got to add value. So your customers are looking for innovation from their suppliers, and therefore you need to ensure that you're moving forward with them and you're not just offering the same as you did a year ago. Next, it's about providing solutions. So solutions from a product-based business are maybe new products, customer-specific packaging. It might be point of sale, which is going to aid your customer in different type of selling scenarios. Maybe providing merchandising information, or maybe physical merchandising help through people. And financial information, so they're aware of what price they buy from you, what discounts are available, what promotions, etc. So really to ensure you're helping your customer with their specific problems. Then education. So education is means that you're helping your customers understand that your products so that they're able to share that information with their customers. Because if you're delivering products into your customer, but when someone comes to buy it in a real retail scenario and the retailer doesn't understand it well, the customer's likely to buy something else. So you need to ensure and think of innovative ways of educating your customers about what you do. And then finally, guidance. So guidance is really, I'd say, looking at but ensuring that you're a thought leader in your industry. You're able to provide insights from trade shows, that you're relevant in retail news, and you're an active player in the channel that you work. And through that, you can provide subtle advice and recommendations, and show that you're using your market knowledge to ensure that you're continuing to be the best possible supplier to your customers. If we look at that now from a software perspective, so we've broken it into those 5 categories. So the software that Aspin provides is typically focused on either our Pixsell iPad app for sales teams, and then our B2B e-commerce portal, Intersell. And many of our customers use those together. So firstly, if we look at the iPad app, it's very much about ensuring you have informed interactions. So informed interactions, relate to correct customer specific pricing, accurate stock availability, so the customer is able to place the order for the right product at the right time. And if it's not available, they're able to identify other products. They're able to see order history, so what they've ordered before, when they've ordered it, what price they paid. And maybe if there is a stock issue, they can the salesperson can help guide them to buy substitute lines or substitute products. And delivering the best quality information to your customers, being fed from Sage 200 or another back office, is going to ensure that your sales team are very much able to make the best out of every sales call, because they're ensuring your customers are as informed as possible. From the B2B portal point of view, it's really ensuring your customers have access to the best possible account information 24/7. So, many businesses are working a sort of 8:30 to 5 or 6 o'clock day, but your customers who are working in retail and wholesale and warehousing type scenarios, they're often, working in the evening, and they want access to previous orders, invoices, etc., really whenever they want to access it. Also, you need to give them so they can take charge of the ordering process whenever they want, through a catalogue that is always up to date. So by delivering them a paper-based catalogue, that catalogue is pretty much out of date immediately. And then finally, all of this needs to be wrapped up in your own corporate identity. Now, as I said at the beginning, your customers are looking for innovation. So they very much, you can't just keep the status quo, but you've got to ensure that you're adding value to that relationship. So adding value through the sales app with your sales team visiting your customers will come from personalization, ensuring that the salesperson can very much, can provide product images, can provide personalized order confirmations, can provide Excel data. and help the customer identify the best possible products in their specific scenario, be there a garden centre, a giftware store based in a cosmopolitan area or a rural area. They're very much working on a personal basis with the customer. And again, the correct information will help ensure that. From the website point of view, personalization is very much, not delivering a one size fits all to your customers. So it's ensuring that they have access to, as I've got on my screen here, depth of associated product information. So videos, PDFs, data sheets. You might have a virtual showroom. So this is something that proved very popular a number of years ago during COVID, but has very much remained with people having video tours around their products via the website. And something that we do, Aspin, as a business, is we ensure that we very much personalise the information we're sharing with our customers via our blogs, our news feeds, and LinkedIn, and really providing that human element to your business is something that is very engaging for your customers and can ensure that they're aware of what you are as a business, but also the people behind it, because people very much buy from people, and therefore you need to deliver that people element to your B2B portal. So going on to the next sort of area of providing solutions. So this is providing solutions means that from account management perspective, you're able to keep pushing things forward. So from the iPad app, it might be that the salesperson is able to take photographs of the store. They're able to uplift stock that are maybe blocking shelves. So they're able to then replace product which maybe wasn't right for that customer with more appropriate stock. They might also be taking photographs, which they can then send back to head office. So your your head office team can help guide the customer to maybe more appropriate ways of presenting products, or which is going to, as a business, is going to ensure that they can deliver more sales. On the B2B portal perspective, the solutions, a key part of that is flexible ordering outside of business hours. But in order to place an order outside of business hours, you need the customer to be fully informed, so they can maybe track previous orders. They can make payment to maybe clear an account if they're on hold. They maybe can look back and see the last 2 years worth of invoices and credits and actual and orders. And it means that you're very much allowing your customer to be flexible when they're interfacing with you. If they have to phone up, and speak to your customer service, that's obviously a good thing that they can do, but they're very much fixed with your working hours. Whereas providing, a portal that they can interface with whenever they need to, which is fully integrated with your back office system, is very important. The next element is education. So education is about ensuring your customers are aware of what's coming through. They're aware of where you're positioning yourself as a business. They're aware of new products. You're ensuring that you've got engaging product images on both your iPad app for your sales team to present, but also on the website, and that you're able to usefully access historical information, data sheets, product videos, and really ensure your customer is as aware as possible of where you are as a business. On the website perspective, I've just got an example here of one of our customers, SIG, and a key challenge to them was ensuring the customer was as aware as possible of their broad product range, but many of the products are very similar. So on the website, they allow a customer to sort of access it. But when they get down to the product page itself, they have a lot of information available to the customer. So in here, we can see there's a real depth of downloads, because this Ancon serrated washer might come in 200 different sizes. Fundamentally looks the same, feels the same, but then the spec sheets associated with it ensure that the customer places the right order at the right time. And the final area of quality account management is guidance. So guidance is, you know, you're helping your customer know how best to work with you as a business. So that's maybe presenting the most relevant product to that particular business sector, identifying best sellers for them, and the ability to review back orders, undispatched items. So as we can see on this screen here, we've got a nice sales intelligence presentation that the salesperson can have a informed conversation with the customer, and they'd understand really how to guide the customer appropriately using these type of reporting. So they can see open items, what's selling, what they're selling by brand, the order history, and they can then tunnel into this information to really give the customer the best possible data to then push forward the relationship and buy the right products. On the B2B platform, I think the guidance is going to be coming from your sales team and customer services. So to ensure the best level of adoption of your B2B platform is very much ensuring that your sales team are aware of the benefits, and they become key advocates of the platform, and they help the customer to understand that it's not competing with them. It's very much their ally and their friend, and it's someone that's going to work with that customer as in a sort of a key relationship. You've got the salesperson who's able to identify new products, educate the customer about what's changing, what's happening in the marketplace. But then the B2B platform is there 24/7 to work alongside that, and the sales team being strong advocates of that sort of 24/7 portal is key. Alongside that is then the sort of head office customer services team. So the head office customer services team need to be, working with the customer to help them understand that this information was available online. You didn't necessarily need to phone up, and still being there for the customer, because you still want that direct human interaction with your customers. But also they need to understand that the portal is there to provide that type of data on a 24/7 basis. As a final slide here, having gone through the various sort of levels of account management and how you can deliver excellence through sort of an iPad sales app and a B2B portal working together, I'll just talk about a couple of joint customers that EBS and Aspin share. So firstly, Fortuna Healthcare. So Fortuna Healthcare sell over-the-counter products into pharmacies. Aspin and EBS have worked with them for over 10 years. They use Sage 200 as their back office. They have a sales team of about 20 reps on the road who are visiting independent and national pharmacies across the UK. And the Pixsell iPad app ensures that the salespeople are visiting the right customers at the right time. They're able to have informed interactions with the customer. They're not selling products that are out of stock, and also they're able to upsell new lines into the customer with by having a quality catalogue that is up to date with good product information, relevant product images and videos where relevant. Mondotica, an eyewear business, so they sell branded frames and eyewear into independent and national opticians throughout the UK and globally. So again, they use Sage 200. They have a sales team working across the UK of about 10 employed salespeople. They then also use the B2B platform, and that's a good example of the sales team, very much promoting the B2B portal and allowing the customer to understand that in between calls they should be using that platform. But when they actually visit the customer, they're able to add the human touch. They're able to ensure the customer is aware of new brands and products coming through, and upsell new lines, which maybe the website isn't going to do in the same way, because that sort of that relationship between the salesperson and the optician can ensure that the selling process continues appropriately. Mondotica again have been a customer of EBS and Aspin for a good number of years. I think since not quite as long as Fortuna, but certainly at least 8-9 years. And together, EBS and Aspin support support these two businesses to ensure that they can achieve sales success. So that's my presentation. I can see a few questions have come through over the last, so just stop that, during it. So Darren, are you there?
I am here. Yeah, I've got a few questions actually that have come through. The first of which is what percentage of orders might I expect from a successful B2B portal?
Okay, it's, I guess first it depends upon who the audience is. So your national accounts, so if you're dealing with a John Lewis or a Homebase, they're not realistically going to use the B2B portal. They'll more likely have more traditional sort of EDI interfaces between the businesses. But if you look at the sort of the more independent trade, maybe the e-commerce distributors of your products, I think you a good website, once it's up to speed, might expect between maybe 40 and 60% of interactions to be managed and orders to be actually managed by the web portal. So really that sort of the top up orders, and the day-to-day transactions, I think it's very much the focus of what you should get your B2B portal to be doing. But a key thing is customer adoption, and when a portal is launched, initially there might be a lower level of adoption because not everyone is going to do something immediately. So it's very much about continuing to educate the customers about what it's doing, and then you might segment them into different sectors, the early adopters who now understand what the platform does, as opposed to those who maybe didn't get it initially. Although I think it's a B2B portal is far more business as normal nowadays, and therefore most of your customers almost becomes an expectation of what they should be using.
Okay.
So that's my slightly longer answer to that question, Darren.
Thank you. So my agents have their own iPads and already use Pixsell. Can they load another company?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. So quite often we see that when our customers have agents, i.e. Not employed people, they may be working for multiple different distributors within a specific sector. So within the Pixsell app, they can actually load multiple principals onto the iPad and can switch from one to the other. And this was put in place because agents didn't want to have carry around multiple iPads in their bag. So we rectified that by allowing them to sort of switch from one principal to another.
Okay. Can I use the same images for my website and the iPad application?
Yeah. So typically, or always, a digital image, which is sort of a retina quality, is 72 dpi, say at about 1000 by 1000, and really it's the same form factor whether you're looking at it on an iPad, an iPhone, or your website, sort of, which is going to respond to how someone's looking at it, and that quality of image is the same for both. So we have a cloud storage element where you upload the images, and then both the website and the sales team app basically connects to that. So you only have to do that sort of maintenance once. Also, those images can be shared with the customers. So when an order is taken, the customer can choose to have the orders sent, the product images sent to them as a downloadable link, or the salesperson can share them directly from his catalog. So nowadays, where more and more people have their own sort of consumer e-commerce shops, and they want product images, product data, both the sales rep platform and the web platform facilitate easy sharing of product images and data with customers.
Okay, and I've got one more. This is an interesting one. Can I still use Pixsell if I've got no internet connection?
Yeah, that's a good one. So although in theory we've got 100% connectivity all the time everywhere, as we all know the reality when we're using mobile phones. It's generally good, but it's not always. So for me, working working in Romsey, I'm having to change my Vodafone here because in the middle of the market town where I work, I've got 0 signal, which is a bit annoying, despite Vodafone telling me I've got great signal. So but the Pixsell app itself is entirely offline. So connectivity is required to get stock updates, to send orders and other transactions back to head office, to get updated stock information, etc. But that might be done at the beginning of the day or throughout the working day. But when you're dealing with a customer, maybe in a stock room or maybe in a cellar or a warehouse with poor connectivity, the app is 100% offline, meaning that the salesperson can, utilize all that good information to help manage the relationship as well as possible without any concerns about, speed affecting it. The B2B portal, being a sort of a website, does require connectivity, but typically your customers will be accessing that from their laptop or in an environment where they have good Wi-Fi. Whereas a salesperson who's out and about, maybe in multiple environments each day, doesn't have that luxury. So that's the longer answer, and the short answer is yes, you don't need connectivity.
Okay, that's all the questions I've actually got. So unless there's anything else, any other questions, we can bring this to a close. We will send out the copy of the link to the video once we've actually prepared that to go. And then if you'd like to have a one-to-one discussion, then we can arrange that later for you as well.
Super. Thank you, Darren. Much appreciated.
Thank you all. We'll see you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.